Xochitl Mora with the City of McAllen. Happy 4th of July to everybody.
And I'm Roy Cantu. Welcome to the 94th Annual City of McAllen Independence Day celebration presented by HEB. As our Main Street Parade is ready to begin, make its way down Business 83, let me take a moment to remind you that McAllen is an incredible place to celebrate our nation's independence. After our parade, make plans to stick around for the Freedom Festival at Archer Park. There will be live music, games, and of course great food. And since we're celebrating 94 years, it's fun for the entire family.
And of course, a great big thank you to all of our sponsors who are helping to make today's celebration possible for our community. Of course, starting with HEB and Texas Regional Bank, Clark Chevrolet, and Clark Knapp Honda. We also want to thank, of course, United One, the U.S. Army, Paza Fury, the Republic of the Rio Grande Santa Fe, Whataburger, and Chick-fil-A 27th and Nolana, and Reliant and Lax. Without them, we could not have these kinds of events possible for our community at no cost to the community to enjoy, bring the entire family to celebrate.
And what a beautiful day it is today. Here's the McAllen Police Honor Guard, which is a ceremonial unit. Oh, actually, that's the McAllen Police motorcycles.
That's always just such a great feature of any parade that kicks off the McAllen 4th of July parade here with the motor cavalry as they kick off the parade.
Here it comes the McAllen Police Honor Guard, which is a ceremonial unit composed of volunteer officers who are highly motivated and maintain a high standard of appearance and conduct. The unit participates and honors the department's fallen officers at the Texas Peace Officers Memorial Ceremony in the Capitol annually. The unit presents or posts the colors at special events. The unit performs a 3-volley salute at military memorial events. They're always real active in the community, and they like to help out other community groups at the same time. There, we know that person, so
there we go. Now we're seeing our mayor, our own, the Honorable Javier Villalobos, the mayor of the city of McAllen, and he is joined by his wife, the First Lady, Annette Villalobos. So it has just been a year that Mayor Villalobos was elected as mayor of the city of McAllen, and he's had a whirlwind administration that has accomplished so much already in just a short amount of time. We want to thank Mayor for his fearless leadership in so many issues for the city of McAllen.
Here comes the Grand Marshals for this year's Grand Marshals for the 2022 are the McAllen's own McAllen Independent School District Board of Trustees and Superintendent Dr. J.A. Gonzalez. On board is Tony Forina, Board President, Debbie Crane Alaceda, Vice President, Marcos Suarez, Board Secretary, Conrado Ito Alvarado, Board of Trustees, Sofia Peña, Board of Trustee, Sam Saldiva, Board of Trustee, Danny Vela, Board of Trustee.
We want to thank McAllen ISD for what they do for our community. I am a proud McAllen ISD parent with 4 children at McAllen ISD, so thank you to the best school board in Texas, the McAllen ISD.
And of course, here comes, as you can hear it, the big train.
This is a fan favorite here in McAllen, the McAllen train. And so featured on this particular unit are our own elected officials, the City of McAllen commissioners, starting with District 6 Commissioner Pepe Cabeza de Vaca and his children, and then joining him, District 3 Commissioner Omar Quintanilla and his wife Nidia, District 2 Commissioner Mayor Pro Tem Joaquin J.J. Zamora and his wife Elizabeth, District 5 Commissioner Sebi Victor Haddad and his wife Sandy Aguilar and their child, and District 1 Commissioner Tony Aguirre with his wife Linda. And of course, bringing it up is District 4 Commissioner Rudy Castillo with his family. Thank you all so much, commissioners, for the hard work you do for the City of McAllen and its employees as well. This beautiful float is a tribute to our own Texas Veterans War Memorial, which sits just down the street here at the McAllen Convention Center on 29th. And it is brought to us by HEB, who are proud to be the presenting sponsor of this year's annual Independence Day celebration that honors the brave men and women of our military community. Come celebrate with HEB, where you can find all of your grilling needs, from fresh prime cuts to Cody coolers and everything in between. Make time to spend with your family and friends, and let HEB help you with delivery and all of the groceries that you need. Happy 4th of July from your friends at HEB.
And here comes the HEB Partners team, red, white, and blue, and HEB Partner is being guided down the parade by HEB Partners and members of the team red, white, and blue. We would like to thank them for their hard work in the community, and they're carrying that beautiful American flag. And of course, all these HEB employees volunteer to be here, and we appreciate them every year. There's nothing like my HEB.
That's a great tradition that HEB has been a presenting sponsor of the McAllen 4th of July parade, and their partners bring in this flag. It's such a beautiful, patriotic way to celebrate the 4th of July, and of course they include their veterans with them, so that's always a great feature. Next, we have our great sponsors. So we just saw Congressman Vicente Gonzalez pass by. We want to thank him for his service and leadership in Washington, D.C. as he represents the city of McAllen and the entire region up in Washington. And now we have the Texas Regional Bank that features some very wonderful veterans here in our community on their float, including Senator Chuy Hinojosa and former Mayor Darling on that float. And they have veteran representatives from every branch of the armed services. So thank you so much to all of them for their service to our community.
Up next is the Rio Grande Valley U.S. Army Recruiting Company. They offer an opportunity for travel, free health care, and education, 150 exciting career opportunities. The Army is the one branch that allows you to pick your job, part-time or full-time jobs, up to $186,000 in school grants, up to $50,000 sign-up bonuses. That's the U.S. Army Recruiting Company.
It's a great way to go to college, so you get to see so many different things and learn many different things when you're in the armed services, and of course you are representing America. Here comes Team Red, White, and Blue. Their mission is to enrich the lives of America's veterans by connecting them to their community through physical and social activity. They enrich their veterans' lives so they can lead healthy and have a well-rounded life. They just kicked off a 4K run this morning, which kicked off our festivities at 7 a.m. So we want to thank them for what they do for our veterans here in our community.
That's the McAllen Parks and Recreation. Oh, look at those kids. They really loaded up that little trailer right there.
And those are all runners. Those were probably all the people who were in that sold-out 4K that kicked off this morning at 7.
Look at that beautiful float coming up next. That's Enhancing the Quality of Life McAllen Parks and Rec. Float features our senior court from all 3 community centers. It has our Little Miss 4th of July pageant winners and an amazing DJ. Our seniors wish everyone a happy 4th of July.
And right behind them are the Morris Middle School Royals dance team. This is the first time the Royals dance team participates in our McAllen 4th of July parade. They are excited and proud to represent Morris Middle School, and we want to thank them for joining us. We know that it's early in the morning in the summer, but what a great day to do that, to celebrate the 4th of July. And I think that's that special Corvette that Danny was talking to us about in the
And
pre-show.
there's Danny himself.
That was his father's vehicle, his personal vehicle, and it is a showpiece for Clark Chevrolet. And I think we're going to get to see some other special Corvettes and Clark trucks, old-fashioned trucks. So we want to thank them for being a participant and sponsor of this year's 4th of July McAllen Independence Day celebration.
Leading the Clark Chevrolet float is the Clark's family's 1970 Corvette. Pulling most of the floats down the parade route is another one of our sponsors, Clark Chevrolet. We thank you for your great partnership in our community. That is such a nice float.
I love the old truck too. And then following them is the Sons of the American Legion. Tom Arista, Detachment Commander of the state of Texas, is a proud part of the American Legion family assisting veterans. The American Legion has been in existence for over 100 years, and they help with veteran assistance programs and raise money for different charitable organizations here in the Rio Grande Valley. So we want to thank them for their service, their continued service to our community.
And right behind them is Al-Amin Shriner's $100 million Bedouin Band. They participate in the community, consisting of helping children with orthopedic problems get free treatments at the Shriners Hospital in Galveston, Texas. They provide free transportation as well. They do not use traditional instruments, which can be a challenge. They enjoy playing for the Shriner functions. Most importantly, they enjoy playing for the parade crowds. And they really get really active in the community in different events that we have year-round.
Following them is the Vet Center of the U.S. Department's Veterans Affairs. They provide free counseling services to military veterans and their dependents, mental health support and services to the National Guard service members of the RGV, and providing mental health support as well to Custom and Border Protection agents and officers across the state of Texas. So we want to thank them for bringing awareness and information to local veterans about benefits from the state and federal government.
And of course, providing service. Here's the McAllen Service Unit for Girl Scouts, which are more than just cookies. They give back to their community and make the world a better place. Going through a global pandemic and quarantine didn't slow our Girl Scouts down. They continued Girl Scouting by attending events via Zoom, making cards for local first responders and frontline workers. The girls also worked together and donated over 200 nurse care kits.
Congratulations to those accomplished girls. And following them are some superstars here in our community, the Far Navy All-Stars, which are 5 to 6-year-old baseball players, and they are the champions in their league. So we want to thank them for also being a part of the 4th of July McAllen Independence Day celebration and parade. So we wish them continued success in their competitions. What is more American than baseball and apple pie? Well, it would be motorcycles. And joining us now is the Motorcycle Awareness, and they are promoting motorcycle awareness, which was in May, but they want to make sure that everyone, especially all vehicle operators, are observant of motorcycles, because in 2020, over 5,000 motorcyclists were killed in traffic crashes. So we want to make sure that as motorists, we are paying attention to every vehicle on the road, which includes motorcycles. So we want to thank the McAllen Motorcycle Club for being here and helping us celebrate the 4th of July parade. You know, they are always present to honor our veterans, motorcycle clubs across the United States. And so today is no different. They're here in their red, white, and blue, celebrating America's independence.
And of course, all the different types of motorcycles gets all the kids is super excited.
We might see our city manager. We just did a great feature on him, who's a motorcycle enthusiast himself.
Up next is the McAllen Fire Department Antique Fire Truck. They've been serving the community for 110 years. They've responded to 4,500 emergency runs in 2021. Currently have 7 strategically distributed fire stations throughout our city, with an 8th fire station in the building process. They have up to 52 firefighters per 24-hour shift protecting our city. So we'd like to thank them for everything they do, keeping us safe.
No matter if they show up in this truck or one of their newer, more modern vehicles, they're there to protect the city of McAllen. So we thank them for that. And right behind the antique fire truck for the city of McAllen is the Rio Grande Valley Livestock Show, which is entering its 84th year. Every year, thousands of agricultural students from the Rio Grande Valley participate and receive scholarships for their hard work. It is a scholarship organization, and it really teaches our youth about livestock and agriculture and just how important that is, not only for the Rio Grande Valley, but for the United States in terms of the support and the food that they provide our community. So we want to thank the RGV Livestock Show for participating in this year's parade, and then of course for what they do for our students in the community here in Rio Grande Valley.
Here's another antique fire truck from the McAllen Firefighters Association, and on board they have special Olympians from the RGV. All these athletes participate year-round. Board members help fundraise to continue the games.
We want to thank the McAllen Fire Department and the McAllen Police Department for supporting Special Olympics. Such a great organization, and then just gives every child in our community a chance to participate in sports. And right behind them is Lady Liberty, who is a part of the LAX float. We want to thank LAX for their continued sponsorship of all events for the city of McAllen, especially the 4th of July parade and the McAllen Holiday Parade. And so they've got some great kids on their float, and they are celebrating the 4th of July. They sure do look excited to be celebrating and being a part of the parade.
And there's the Top Gun Academy, and they wish everyone a happy 4th of July.
I think I could handle that jet right there. That would be my speed. I'm no Maverick.
You know, I was looking for a new car, but maybe I need this. It has wheels, and I'm sure it could fly. Look at that. The pilot's...
He's having fun for sure.
Exactly.
I think we need to sign up for that. You'll see us at Top Gun. You can be my wingman.
Yeah.
And of course, here comes another great sponsor for the city of McAllen. It is our friends from Reliant. Hugo, the larger-than-life armadillo, wishes everyone a happy 4th of July. And it looks like they have the Toro mascot also on their float. So Reliant is a great sponsor of the McAllen Holiday Parade as well, and certainly a great sponsor for the 4th of July Parade. So thank you to everyone from Reliant for being a part of this event.
And of course, that creation is done by the McAllen Parks and Recreation Department. They're getting better every year. Up next is James Nicky Rowe, Post 2369. We'd like to recognize them for their continued service.
Coming up is the Texas Citrus Fiesta, which was established in 1932, and it's celebrating its 90th anniversary. On the traveling float, we have our King Citrus, Julian Sauls, and Queen Citriana, Brianna Villasano, with her lovely court, along with Princess Ana Alessandra Molina and her Tangerine Court. The Texas Citrus Festival is a community-involved organization that promotes and educates the public on the RGV citrus industry and its growers. Fiesta hosts various events throughout the year, and including their car show. So to learn more about the Texas Fiesta, head to their website.
Up next is the McAllen High School Band. The McAllen High School Band unites to bring us the sounds of the 4th of July. Let's take a listen as they march right here in front of us. There we are. That's Mott's Cash and Carry. We are so grateful to have one of the best local businesses in the RGV here with us today, and one of our favorite corporate sponsors here, Mott's Cash and Carry. Everyone continues to support them, and we look forward to seeing your new storefront soon.
And right behind Mott's is, of course, the Mustang Club of America. They are dedicated to preserving the Mustang legacy. And I must admit, these are some beautiful vehicles that we see coming up right behind, just leading the way in the parade. And they're all in a nice formation. And you see Mustangs from throughout the years. The design is pretty symbolic of each year that they were made. But whether it's the old-fashioned Mustang or it's some of the more modern ones that we see with they are all pretty nice.
Those are really nice cars.
I think I like that black one back there with all that chrome. I could drive that. I could drive that to work.
Yeah. I'd take any one of them. Just to go cruising down McAllen streets. Looks like the kiddos are having fun. And of course, after this, the last yellow Mustang there is literally our signature event coming up right now. In the distance, is it really? Could it be? It's Christmas in July. Check out the McAllen Holiday Parade float coming down the parade route with excitement and early holiday cheer. And of course, it's got the Santa Claus on it in some Bermuda shorts, all patriotic. And of course, the McAllen Holiday Parade is on the first Friday and Saturday of December, but we've been working on this event year-round already.
Yes, it's always Christmas in McAllen. Right behind them is Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's Bank, and they want to wish everyone a happy 4th of July. You know what I like about the 4th of July, Roy, is that you can wear red, white, and blue everywhere, and it looks so great.
Yeah. And of course, those were the Vipers right there, right behind Lone Star. You know, we've interviewed people in the past where they've been coming to this parade for years. We once interviewed a family who stayed on the same corner for 34 years. I bet you they're still there today.
That's one of the great things about the 4th of July is these traditions that we establish to celebrate America's 246th birthday.
And here's a tradition, Advent Pest Control. They've been participating in the parade for years now. Happy 4th of July from Advent Pest Solutions.
Something we need definitely in the Rio Grande Valley. That's one of the great things about Texas, all the pests we have.
Yeah.
And right behind them, of course, is the McAllen Boys and Girls Club, who are celebrating America's 246th birthday, and they want to say happy birthday. So check out the band on this float that is celebrating America, and it's got several students from the McAllen Boys and Girls Club. So they've accomplished so much throughout the year, so we want to thank them and all the kids who participate.
And what an awesome float. I love that.
I wonder if there's real cake there, because I could use with a piece of cake right
hey,
now.
4th of July is hot dogs, cake,
apple pie,
punch, or an adult beverage, whatever it is. Just drive safely. Someone new is Advertising LLC, this LED truck with advertisements and 4th of July rides and patriotic messages. It's all about marketing, and this is what they do.
Everything is digital now, so it changes as you drive by, as it drives by. See if they can hold our attention for just a little bit. They've got great messaging. So we want to thank them for joining us for the first time this year in the McAllen 4th of July Parade. And this is what, following them is one of my favorites, and I think we're going to have to get some fries from the McDonald's play van. The children riding on the float are RGV students being celebrated by McDonald's for their being top accelerated readers. The McDonald's play van has won many car show trophies. Wow, I did not know that. And it is driven by McDonald's fun ambassadors. Well, sure, if you work at McDonald's, that should be fun. It travels all throughout South Texas, bringing the fun to you. And right behind him is Pedro Villanueva. This is a 1950.
Okay, those are the McAllen Parks and Recreation very own cheer and dance camp girls joining us today. Find out how to be part of the camp at McAllenparks.net. They snuck in the parade somehow. Look at them. There you go.
There is Pedro Villanueva, and he is in a 1950 Chevy truck, and it was rebuilt by Pedro Villanueva's grandson, who was one of the first truckers that came to McAllen in 1920. And they are remembering the 40s and 50s when people used to pick cotton by hand here in the Rio Grande Valley, and those were those cotton trucks that would take the cotton to the cotton gin. And so such an important part of the history of McAllen and the RGV.
Say I'm old-fashioned, say I'm over the hill.
And right behind him is a Tijerina law firm. Juan Tijerina is a native of the Rio Grande Valley, and he is an attorney who serves his community. He's a community advocate and supporter of being a community leader. And we thank him for his service and all that he does for the McAllen community and the Rio Grande Valley community.
Up next is Rockin' America's 50s car. We are throwing it back to the classic 4th of July style with this awesome 50s float. And it's got a live band on it right now. They sound pretty good from here.
Well, I love the Grease Lightning vehicle that's featured on the float. So another throwback to the 50s, that old movie Grease. It came out in the 70s, and but it was about life in the 50s.
With John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John. Sochi, why is it that we remember that movie?
I think because we saw it as in our youth.
Yeah.
And following them is the American Legion Post 37, which is a veterans organization that helps veterans and their families throughout the Rio Grande Valley. So we want to thank them for being a part of today's celebration. I saw their commander earlier at the patriotic program. And so we want to thank them for everything that they do for veterans across the state of Texas.
Up next is the American Legion Auxiliary Unit number 37, Children and Youth. They support Alfredo Gonzalez Veterans Home. They have a Poppy Bake Sale to raise money for veterans and their families, children and youth. The bake sale is in October to raise money for cancer. Americanism, supporting veterans, their families and children, veteran affairs, and rehabilitation.
It's so great that there's so many organizations that support our veterans, including the Women's American Legion Auxiliary of Texas, and who want to wish everyone a happy and safe 4th of July. And so we thank the state president for joining us today here at our patriotic program earlier, and of course today's 4th of July parade. When I was in high school, I was part of the American Legion Auxiliary because my grandfather served in the armed forces. So if you had a relative who served, you can be part of these organizations that assist veterans in the community.
Here's a fan favorite, the Lipan Apache Indian Dancers, the Conistan Noe Dancers. This is their 52nd time that they've entered the parade. Their first entry was July 4th, 1970. As Native people, they love our land, our country, our state, and our city. We celebrate the freedom and the opportunity to give back to our community. Happy birthday, America. And they're always so cheerful and colorful in their custom wardrobe there.
Sometimes we get to see them dance, so we'll see if they stop for a moment, and we get to see some of the native and original dances. There they go. Native Americans have such a rich tradition and culture here in America. And then, of course, right behind them is a neighboring city, the city of Benitez, which is the mobile library bus that was awarded to the city of Benitez through the Border Cities Grant. This provides internet service to rural areas, and it provides homework space and AC for students. This helps people with library services with inadequate or unreliable transportation, which is really important because anytime you can get kids to read is a wonderful effort. Well, it looks like we have a float in honor of POWs and MIAs. So again, part of those organizations that always remember our veterans and those veterans who did not come home, who were prisoners of war killed in action while serving in the defense of our country.
And behind them is Sand Devils MC, is a nonprofit combat veteran motorcycle club driven to giving back to the community and veterans alike. All veterans of the armed forces, nonprofit organization that gives back to veterans in the community. 10 years of helping vets, Christmas dinners for vets, toys for Christmas.
That was a loud entry, and they sure were revving those engines, but the crowd seemed to love it.
And of course, we'd like to thank our MCN crew. As you can see in there, they've been working the parade this morning. We can't do it without the MCN crew and the Office of Communications.
Following the motorcycle club is Rebecca O Productions, and they have year-round beauty pageants for girls of all ages. The queens participate in various charitable events in their communities, such as toy drives, helping the local food pantries and homeless shelters, donating food to the animal shelters and school supply drives, and most recently they hosted a Memorial Day car show to help the victims of Uvalde. And so their car show the Rebecca Car Queen is one of the few valet females in the car scene, and they are very proud of that accomplishment.
And I'll take over these ladies here, the RGV Bandidas Roller Derby. They're training for the New Skaters World, 18 plus years old. They are a nonprofit, always willing to volunteer for the community. You can find them on Facebook and Instagram, established in 2015. 2 local roller derby leagues merged. Some skaters have been playing for a decade or almost a decade. They're planning their 2023 game season, so follow them on social media. They're real limber, like they're warmed up, ready to go.
And you know what's great is that there are several skate parks throughout McAllen that they can go and practice at. So we've got something for everyone here in McAllen. That whatever your activity, you're going to find something to celebrate with that. Right behind them is the American Spirit Float. Here comes that American Spirit Float, bringing some great festive, patriotic music for everyone on Main Street. Happy 4th of July. Indeed. I love patriotic music. Marching band music is so great, especially on the 4th of July.
And look at all those beauties up there on that float. They just sparkle in this beautiful South Texas sun. All the glitter.
And all of the great American symbols. We've got the eagle and, of course, the flag, and then our beauty queens as well.
Up next is Radio Esperanza. Radio Esperanza, the radio voice of the Rio Grande Bible College, broadcasting since 1983. Bringing hope in Jesus to the community of the Texas Valley and the cities on the border with Mexico. Provides live music and a guy with a big old vintage bicycle. Look at that. Radio Esperanza.
Well, right behind Radio Esperanza is the All Generations Car and Truck Club. Bumblebee Camaro car, custom design team up, Bumblebee fan, and personalized lights complete the care modification. So they've got different vehicles there that are all decked out with great advertising and decoration. So thank you to the car club for being a part of the 4th of July parade.
I really like that yellow car, Sochi. That's all I'm going to say. It
Well,
looks
that's
really nice.
Bumblebee.
Yeah.
It's evocative of Bumblebee of Transformers fame, which we saw as
Yeah,
kids. The
of course,
cartoons,
of course.
the original cartoons.
Yeah. It wasn't on replay. No, no.
It wasn't computer generated. But Bumblebee will always be popular with kids of all ages.
Up next is Minerva VS Insurance Agency, LLC. Life and health coverage, Medicare Advantage, all companies available with Minerva VS Insurance Agency, LLC. They have on board Miss Wellness, Miss Life, beauty queens representing their communities and causes. So a whole bunch of queens and princesses on there. They got the wave down.
And right behind them is the RGVLE JATC Local Union 1015, which represents the power of men and women working together in the electrical industry to create a better future for everyone. So we want to thank all of our electrical workers for providing electricity and keeping us safe.
Up next is the Sherryland Youth Sports Association. Here is Sherryland Youth Sports. They received a first place 2022 TIFA Spring Bowl cheer competition, a 2021 gold bid RGV qualifiers team, and they participated in the 2021 TIFA State cheer competition. They're cheering their way. And of course, Sherryland ISD is partly in McAllen, and so we welcome them.
Right behind them is State Farm, and they want to wish everyone a happy 4th of July. So we want to thank your State Farm agents for being a part of this celebration.
Okay. Here comes the McAllen Fire Department. They were established in June 11, 1913 with the motto of always on hand, ready to serve our community. In 2020, 100 aerial platform to do rescues of victims, capacity for up to 5 fighters. This is about their trucks, fight fires in high-rise buildings. So we'd like to thank the McAllen Fire Department and the McAllen Police Department for everything they do. And of course, they will be working all day today, making sure everyone is safe out there.
And right behind them is the Cabalgantes Los Amigos. We're going to see a beautiful horse display here of all the different horse riders and horses here. They are closing out the Main Street Parade for everyone, and they want to wish a happy 4th of July to everyone. So we have some beautiful horses and some great horsemen and women.
They have dozens and dozens of beautiful horses out here for today's 94th Annual Independence Day Parade presented by HEB.
And many of these horses have their parade march and prance down as well. And it takes a specially trained and skilled, experienced rider to be able to handle the horses and keep them from running off. But they are doing their beautiful march and prance down Main Street. And they are also decked out in red, white, and blue, as we'll see on some of these horses. But many of them don't need much. They have their beautiful coats and tails and manes on display.
This is a great way to end the parade, is watching these majestic animals go down the parade route.
And again, a part of the history of the Rio Grande Valley. There's still a lot of working farms and ranches that use horses, and of course, and that's a great skill that many law enforcement agencies use as well. So it's always good to know how to ride a horse in Texas.
What an incredible day today. I hope everyone enjoys the 4th of July and all the activities and events that the City of McAllen has planned for the rest of the day. Drink plenty of water. It's a beautiful day, nice sunny day.
That was a wonderful celebration for the McAllen 4th of July. McAllen Independence Day Parade celebrated and presented by HEB. So that wraps up our 94th annual parade here in downtown McAllen. And we hope everyone enjoyed viewing and watching the parade with us as we presented it. And of course, all of the wonderful, colorful floats and entries and all the participants who are part of the community parade. And again, we want to thank our presenting sponsor, HEB, for their support, and all of the other sponsors, Texas Regional Bank, Clark Chevrolet, Clark Knapp Honda, and so many other sponsors, including Paza Fury, United One, U.S. Army, Whataburger, Chick-fil-A 27th and Nolana, Republic of the Rio Grande, Santa Fe, and of course, Reliant and Lax. Thank you all so much for helping to bring the parade to the streets of McAllen.
And don't forget about all the other activities we have planned for today. It's fun for everyone. Municipal pool will be open from 1 to 4 p.m. for our public swim called Aquatica Extravaganza.
But don't forget, right now at 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, you can head to Freedom Festival at Archer Park. That's free. And so is the Concert in the Sky celebration that kicks off at 6 p.m. at Municipal Park with the fireworks extravaganza right at 9 p.m. So there's music, games, festival, a lot of family fun, and of course, the fireworks extravaganza. So we want to make sure everyone stays safe and just enjoys the 4th of July.
And of course, the fireworks is the longest, most spectacular fireworks display in the valley. It will engulf your sense of sight and sound at 9 p.m. Make sure to tune in to KURB 710 AM to hear the music. It's synchronized, Sochi.
We have so many activities still planned for you, so we hope if you've been enjoying the parade here with us on MCN 1300, you head out to McAllen and enjoy the rest of the festivities. We had so much fun bringing the parade to you and celebrating the 4th of July this morning with you.
Goodbye from the City of McAllen and the team from the McAllen Cable Network. Have a great 4th of July for the City of McAllen. I'm Roy Cantu.
And I'm Xochitl Mora. Thank you so much for watching.